see if this gets us going good, maybe, perhaps. Let's go. All right, I think we're on, set, going, perhaps. Okay, that's that. Perfect. All right. Shoot. I'm gonna make some rice. I didn't clean out the rice cooker last time I did make rice. I need to clean it first. That's my bad. I just looked at that. So we're gonna start there. That's entirely my bad. This is dirty. So we need to fix that. Really quickly, like fit into a can. Yo, Nugget. Welcome, dude. Well, I need to just clean this out real quick so we can make rice. So we're gonna make fried rice as well as do that. Ooh, actually, yeah, I thought you had an idea. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I wasn't gonna use the edges of the spam, so I can put that in the fried rice. The fried rice about a tiny bit of spam in it as well, and then so yeah, brilliant idea. I'm a genius. Fantastic. Smarticle. Sometimes. Of course, remember, I mean, freaking last time I made rice was like freaking more than a week ago, so that's my bad. Anyways. How's it going? I need to make that chat bigger if I can watch it, right? So we need to wash the rice now too. So we got a rice. Fine. I'm only gonna make 2 cups fried rice. That'll be perfectly fine for my purposes right now. 2 cups, not 3 cups. Cups, and since that's gonna take a good while we're prepping the other stuff, we can have the rice. The rice nice and rinsed it out. It gets kind of like bug-looking husks in it. You just gotta get washed out. So we have nasty rice. But it's fine. That's very hot water. The last husky lives in there, maybe. So. Nice home. We're doing pretty good there. Running clear room. Get that to the right water level. Beautiful. All right, then we also produce a proper last of that butter in there. The butter. A little bit of butter in there since we're making this extra. Anyway, that fresh stick butter on it. Was that the last of the butter on the thing? We always have. Oh crap! I never need that to rip. It like always does. Yeah, and it's just because like there's butter on the opposite side of it. It's supposed to be. Dang it. This one's getting so trash. I'm not going to attempt to salvage that one. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Goodbye. Of course, that stupid dispenser's broken. So I did just buy new ones. Alright, so that is gonna mix the butter in there. That will melt it in the rice. And then we'll get the rice cooker started while we're prepping and dealing with some lunch. But how you doing tonight, Nugget? Life's going good. Life's going good. Just a bit of a late start to the day, but I went to the store, did some grocery shopping, so that's taken care of. So we're home now. Was the rest of the night? All right. So now we got this. We got rice. We got sugar. Lamb. All right. We're gonna need our clog. We're gonna cook everything in the clog. Have green beans to go with this. So we're gonna crack open our can of green beans. So it's ready. It's not gonna heat it up yet, but beans to go with it. And I'm opting to go with the Korean barbecue. Can you read that? Korean barbecue. That's a crooked. Spam. So I've never had the Korean barbecue, so we're gonna try with Korean barbecue, but we'll make it good. We'll make it good. It's gonna be interesting. So we just need to dump this in else. That'll be fine until we need it. We're gonna need quite a bit, a bunch of stuff actually. So I'm gonna use a bigger. I'm gonna use one's deeper. This one's gonna be our egg bowl, and since I'm doing that and I'm making the fried rice, I'm gonna use 3 eggs. Hopefully the eggs are good. They have been in there a while, so we're gonna start with tree. Well, we got sizzling, but I think it's just because of the water on the bottom of the pan. So, yes, 1 egg. Seems fair enough. One of the eggs, or maybe 2 of them, even cracked out of that batch a while ago. Was they were weirdly gelatinous. I don't know. I don't even know how other way to describe it other than that. I'm gonna put a little bit of the Spam in the rice, just the excess that I'm not gonna use for the main dish. So because I'm gonna chop the ends off because I want uniform size pieces that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna chop the ends off that are more rounded out of the can, and I'll put that in the fried rice. So it's not gonna be the main part of the fried rice. It's just gonna exist in there. Just that I don't have to deal with the extra. So it'll be fine. Fine. Alright, so let's get this, mix it up. This and 2 of these bowls. Oh, did I I didn't grab that pen, did I put it on the. I moved it onto the top shelf there. Brand new bottle of Japanese barbecue sauce. This is the original Costco sized, naturally. I've had this for a while, I just haven't opened it yet. So, because I'm out of the other. This one, the Kinder's one that I had technically my friend got it, but I used it on everything, so the fried rice gets that. Because it's delicious. Juan, yo! Ground beef tacos, nice. Well, I'm not cooking for you, but we're making this Sparm tonight. So, as is the title, if you read it. But you know, so I'm also gonna need. I do not have an open one. So we're gonna need. A sleeve of Ritz as well for lip breathing. So we're gonna do. So this is actually a clean, dry one. This one's not. I'm gonna do this. Am I gonna do that? Always have a weird time with it. Anyway, we're gonna need. I don't know. We need like half of this. Maybe. Half a sleeve. I'm going to put this in a. Nah, I'm just gonna mash it. So I'll use like half a sleeve. It should be fine. Hopefully, should be enough. Smash that. I'll crush it more as needed. Woo. Make that our breadcrumb. It's a little on the messy side, so fine. I'll mash it more with another fork. And I'll get some more seasonings and stuff in there because you can never have too much of that. Keep it nice and breadcrumby. Always use Ritz for other breadcrumb. Buttery, it's delicious. Actually, might need a little bit more. That's not gonna be enough. So I'm gonna use like 3/4 of the package here. They crumb really well when you just mash it in your hand like that. It's fantastic. Mash it a little bit more. That's gonna get a little more salt in it. Salted, it's gonna get peppered. Some pepper. We're gonna need Creole to it. Garlic. It is porky, so we're gonna add a little bit of touch of ground ginger to it if we can. Ginger in there. And then do touch of onion powder, which there is still some left. Oh my god, I just bought some more. So. Alright, so I just bought some more of that, so we have plenty. I mean, it's not like I can share it through YouTube, so get that nice and mixed around. Our seasoned breadcrumb. And then I'm going to need flour, which is I didn't get out yet. So. All right, we'll do flour. Flour, flour, wonder-working flour in the pantry. All right, another fork for mixing these. All the forks. Flour. Always wind up with like more than necessary, but one more. So it's like I don't know, half a cup of flour, somewhere like that. I don't know how much we need. Yeah, for our circus team, be fine. Let's see. This oil, which is a little on the used-ish side, but it's fine. It's a sticky, nasty thingamabobber. Delicious. Ah. And then we're gonna add the same seasoning to the flour, a little salt, and pepper. Real garlic. Ginger. And the onion powder. Get that mixed up in there. Nice and uniform. Add a little bit of salt and pepper, egg too, just the salt and pepper. The excess of the egg is going to wind up going into the for the fried rice. So. Speaking of which, oh shoot, I have some stuff that needs to go in the freezer. Hold up. Let me put that in the freezer when I get home from the store. And stuff that needs to go in the fridge too. These need to freeze. Which need to be actual already frozen. You go into the freezer. Shove that in there. And let's say meat for my lunches. And also the rest of the onion is gonna go fried rice. Multitasking. Let's see, I had one other thing that needs to go. I mean, those are, yeah, go on the fridge as well. Fine. For the time being, until I can process these. And I have one more. One more. Enjoy. Chilling life. Yeah, exactly. We're just chilling. We're McChillin'. Let's see, where is the other thing? Where's the other thing that needs to go into the and I bought a couple of these because it's the most ridiculous thing I've seen, but I had to try it. Pumpkin pie flavored
cup ramen. It doesn't sound great, but it's limited edition, so and it was only 50 cents. So what is it? Until I'm actually 100% rid of it, because that's going to go back in the freezer, I think. But I'm going to need that. So I can go back in there. Alright, so let us now get our Spam open. Spam. That is an interesting color. Juicy. That's like a slightly more off color than Spam usually is. So it probably has to do with because it's Korean barbecue flavor. Smells interesting. But like in a good way. So, and then we're going to use the this knife, so it works better for cutting this specifically. But yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna cut these like rounded edges off, and that'll be, and I'll cut those into pieces for the fried rice. So I'm just gonna get that, so I have a nice brick, and then this will get cut into even pieces. I'm gonna do quarters. And half, and I'll do it like 6 pieces, I think. If I can do it in that size. Try and make this as even as possible. I'm getting more like 5 pieces out of it. Not 6, but you know, what are you gonna do? And then this one, yeah. So we're gonna wind up with 6 or 5 patties of the stuff. Those will get done, and then these will get. I will slice up into the fried rice here. Minced fried rice. Like so. And I lost a piece to the floor. It's fine. Alright. I've not actually had this flavor before. I want to just try it straight up and see what it tastes like. Because it looks and smells very interesting. So wow. That is wild. Korean bar. That is very different from regular Spam. Wow. That is very potently flavored. Jeez. Hot dang. All right. I need to make sure everything else is done before we do the fried rice. So I'm gonna do I'm also gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna slide that to the side. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put those. Oh, I'm also gonna do cheese in it. gonna use cheddar. I do technically have other cheese. I'm gonna use the cheddar for this. All right, so let us pour some oil in here and get it hot. Right. I'm gonna still need this kind of here for the excess. Get that nice and hard. But otherwise, it's a very interesting flavor though. I'm excited, and we're gonna see how this turns out. So we're gonna need this. Do this over here. Over here. Like so. Alright, so each my pâtés is gonna get dunked that frying, and then we need a plate to actually put them on. And then yeah, and then once the rice is ready, we'll turn that. So let's go ahead and get these coated in the flour, like so. Then we'll get them dunked in the egg wash. Like so. And then floored into.
Wow, the egg does not stick that at all. It's wild. Press that in there as best I can. Wow, it does not stick that whatsoever. That is weird. Might need to like go back to the flour from the egg and then go back to the egg maybe. Let's see. That is not sticking at all. And then that is at a temperature, so we're gonna go ahead and plop that in there. It's still getting hotter and stuff, but it just needs to fry realistically. So the meat itself is technically already edible. It's like cooked, so but so I'll put that sit there for a minute. That is crazy to me that the egg just was not sticking to this at all. It was like completely submerged and just like slid off. Yeah, it's just like it's not sticking to it at all. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna dunk it back in the flour. And do kind of a double. Hopefully make it stick a little better. Dunk again.
there, into the crumbs. Look at that, it's slightly better. Yeah, I think that turned out a little bit better than that. It's maybe slightly. It's really hard to say. Drop that one in right next to it. I'll try another one. Making my left hand very, very dirty. Making the flower pools. Oop, there went the right, so that's gonna go unplugged. Back into the flower. Okay. Who's the crumb? Nice and pressed in there. And that'll go on that side. I'm gonna try and use tongs to flip this first one over. So I can get hold of it. Okay. A little on the brown side. Flip over the second one, maybe a little bit better. Yeah, it's a winner. About a minute. Try and get another one of these here. At least a little bit of the way there. This egg. Out this egg into the flour, because it's not like wanting to stick very well. The egg for just a once over. Back into the egg. Into the bun. Flip this one. In that pan. Not too bad. How does this one look? Yeah, that's definitely left right. All that one fried as well. Give this one another minute. While I'm done with this one in. Like so. Just long enough. Let's get this last bit here. grabbed it. Egg. Flour again. Again, for some reason, with the egg was not sticking to it after just a single bag out tins of eggs. It's definitely helping a little bit. Double it up a little bit. Get that nicely in there. Does not go through this process particularly well. First one is done. That can go on that. This one is probably ready to flip. Like so. And then I have very messy fingers. Let's see. Ronaldo is the GOAT. What? It's a Gen goat. My fingers are nasty. Not bad. Scrub my hand with the very much so on the messy side. Alright, so this one is this one is done. Got a little on the Dunsey side. Give that a minute. We'll have to like clear the second. And then I also need to chop up this onion to go with into this out of my way. Fine. Okay, now we're gonna need a big knife for chopping that up. Then these on that one. It's like even more Dunsey than before. I really didn't time this up very well, but that's okay. Right, we're gonna chop this sucker. Have it go nicely with the and not great at like mincing onion. I'm very bad at it, but gotten better at it. It's still not like great. honestly, I don't think they've been too bad. I've had worse times trying to chop an onion. Oh my. Okay. Ugh, I'm also going to need that now. To clean this up. I'm not going to use. I didn't really need like a funnel because I don't have one, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Going to just you don't need all of it. There's a lot of grit in that from all the stubs. I'm gonna get this quick wipe out with a big towel. This is not going away. Probably bits of the it's the chicken parm with spam. That's with spam and stuff. That's her. Those little burn bits will be fine. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna need the put this back up the temp. I'm gonna need this guy. Go ahead and throw all of this in here. What's up, Chief, though? What you doing? There, you see, fire. No, I'll loosen all of those little bits anyway. The onion will cook, dude. I really mistimed this with the rice. But you know what? What are you gonna do? It's actually really dark, but oil. That's perfectly fine. Gonna need some of it. Onion nice and brown a little bit. And of course, what makes the best fried rice is a little bacon fat. So a little bit of that in there as well. I'm gonna need another fork. Using all my forks. Nice carving of that. That'll work. Bacon grease makes the best fried rice. It just does. undeniable fact. Alright. Also going to need our half of this. Half. Like so. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. Bit of advice, don't throw frozen veggies in a can that has oil in it. Because oil and water is bad. Seasoning the jewel. Some hats. Season with a little bit of the salt for the veggies. Pepper. Let's throw in a little of the crack this open. A little bit of that in there to start things off with. More flavor. I'm gonna throw in a touch of garlic. As you do. Touch of garlic. Perfect. I'm go ahead and put a touch of that in there. You put more in with the rice, but put that in there. Maybe a little bit more of the whatever. Egg. The leftover egg from what we used. Lost beef. The egg gets nice and cooked. touch more of this oil. We need it. There we go. Coated and right. And then we get our rice. Get slapped in there. It's sitting there a little bit too long, which the bottom is a little crispy alive. What are you gonna do? Tap that up best you can. That's actually not too bad since you're trying to immediately. Get that nice and fried up a little bit. Like so. Nice and hot. Too much mess. Yeah. Our La Choy soy sauce. Next good lilac. Touch more soy sauce. We did throw that in the microwave. And it's fried rice, so we kind of add the MSG. And of course our Japanese barbecue sauce. Beautiful. But it might be one of the better fried rices I've made. It looks fantastic. I mean, just look at that color. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna need a fourth plate for extra thingy. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And we got it is, where is that can at? Cheese and garlic tomato sauce. We don't need that much of it. And then I'm gonna do this. ahead and plop of the one of these I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat I'm gonna try the darker ones. This, that. Crack open the tomato sauce. Plop this on there. It's a little less than ideal, but it's fine. Going to get a little bit of sauce. I should do this with spoon. I just made a mess. All of myself. Tomato sauce on it. Actually, didn't that much, but we're gonna have a lot of extra sauce. And then cheese. And this is left in the air fryer to melt cheese. So, 400 for like 3 minutes. Be fine. Should be enough to melt cheese. And keep it all nice and hot. And that'll be everything red. Green beans just dinged on me. Ooh, baby. Open, so this gotta go to the fridge now. Beautiful. And then we need butter, plants.
Le butter. And deep fry your legs in butter.
Get back to that and that's in the freezer. Like that. Maybe I can always add them to that, make sure that cheese melts. Tallow? What tallow? What? Sorry, I'm missing some of the chat here. Focus on what I was trying to cook. If you can call what I'm doing cooking. But you know what? It makes food and it's edible. So. Or at least that's the idea. That is the idea. And then what I do is the green beans. The green beans. Not melted, so add a bit to that. This one.
back to it real quickly there. Slice and add a butter. It's not soft dick, it's still good. Butter melted in the green beans. Speaking of green beans, I just got more green beans because they were manager's special at Walmart, 25 cents a can. I was like, blunt. So I picked up a can. I was like, that is the cheapest I've ever seen green beans. They were like 50 cents, which was like also on sale. And like I just had too many green beans I had to get rid of. I guess I have no idea, but works in my favor. And then those get salt and pepper. Add a touch of Creole. Use Creole on everything. Not usually I'll add to my bed, but why? Why not? Alright, this guy. I'm not sure if that got melted enough, but it's gonna be hot enough, so it's really fun. Wait, how long have we been going now? An hour, but it is finally done. We had a bit of a mess, but I think it's done. So. It is officially done and ready. Didn't do exactly what I wanted, but it's gonna have to. Yeah, I got more crispy than melty, but that's gonna be what it is. So we have our that. Have our a little bit of this. It is one of the reasons I use like the cheesy sauce. I just happened to have it and I hadn't used it for anything. So I was like, I'll use it for this. And then we got green beans for more veg. Beautiful. And that'll be another serving for another. Like so. So there we have it. We have our Parmesan. I mean, it's not. There's not any Parmesan, but it's cheese. Parmesan done. Spam. A little bit of excess Spam fried rice with all the goodies in it, and green beans. And let's try the fried rice because it looks actually really good. Fried rice is good. And I did make it with the Korean barbecue spam, so which I've never had before. So I'll go ahead and use this for a knife. Chop into the crunch of the spam here.
which honestly just looks bizarre. Because it's a weird color already, so it almost looks like kind of like a raw steak almost, if you can see that cross section. But I'm not gonna lie, that's really funky. I think this would turn out better with a plain Spam. The Korean barbecue, I think it's good by itself, but done this way, it winds up in a little bit of a weird flavor profile. It is very bizarre. It's not like gross. The fried rice is fine because it's like it's great for fried rice. Um, the flavor kind of matches out a little bit better, but I don't know. I might have to try this again at some point with like just a plain Spam and see if that's better. Because the Korean is a very interesting flavor. It's very interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. And it just looks bizarre. Like I said, I mean, the color is off of like a normal Spam. It's like more of a weird. It's like weirdly pink. I don't know. It's more like a raw steak. Like I said, it's instead of, whereas the Spam is more of like a pale pink, and this is more like a darker kind of pink. I guess I don't know. It's very weird. Not gonna lie, I don't love it. I'm still gonna eat all because dinner, but um, it's very weird. Very weird. I think that's more at fault of the flavored Spam as opposed to just plain Spam. But I think that's what's giving it kind of the weirdness is the Korean barbecue. Because I think I like the Korean barbecue like out of the can, but even in the fried rice, because I've made just Spam fried rice before, and it's a very strongly flavored meat. So since it's like so potent on itself, you can't like really season out that flavor, and it doesn't match with the other seasonings I was trying to use. I think if you're trying to make like a Korean style dish, it'd be fine. But I don't know what that would look like. Um, it means obviously butter them up, got a little salt and pepper, can't go wrong. But yeah, the Parmesan fried Spam, it's not it's not great. It's very weird. Not gonna lie, I do actually like the texture, the way I like crunch it on the outside and the soft meat, but yeah, I mean the way I mean there's a whole can, but then I cut the ends off so I had a square block as opposed to because the edges are rounded. I didn't want to use those to so it would cook more evenly. So I cut those ends off and use that excess in the fried rice. And then I cut the rest of the brick into 5 slices, and this is 2 of them. So texturally, I think it's fine. I actually kind of like it. Like I said, the way it crunches. on the outside, but the flavor profile it has is just bizarre. Um, we have our tea as usual, naturally delicious. But you know, I really wanted actually this to turn out more awesome, and I think I should have played it safer and used just the regular spam. Um, because I wanted to try the Korean barbecue. That's why I bought it originally, and I think it was on sale. I was like, I haven't seen this before. It sounded really good. And the can, look at the can. Um, like it looks awesome on the can. So I was like, I gotta try it, and it's very different. It's very very different. Because usually you can't really if you get like a bacon one because it's pork, or like just whatever kind of generic extra, not regular but flavored, you can't really quite tell. But this one is like very potently different of a flavor, and like I said, I kind of liked it out of the can, but like trying to do something with it, it's a little funky. It's a little funky. I just cut this the rest of the way up here. Way pieces stuff. Um, it's not even a texture thing. I do like spam, but I think that it's just the flavor it has is a little off. It's very unique for sure. I don't know how to describe that flavor. It's unlike anything I've ever eaten. Flavor wise. I mean very funky. I got a little bit of spicy hit to it too. So it looks really weird. I mean it looks like slightly undercooked or almost like just slightly undercooked. 'Cause that's almost like the right color, but it like I don't know if you can quite tell the color on that, but it looks like a slightly undercooked kind of color of like beef, which just looks weird, especially since it's like perfectly smooth and uniform in that color, as opposed to like a gradient. It's very strange. Very, very strange. I don't know how to feel about it. Don't know how to feel about it. I might have to try it again at some point in the future. Like I said, with just a regular can, I think it would be a lot better. It's just the flavor kind of already imbued in it is very, very strong. Which is a good thing. Like if you're gonna get something flavored, you should taste that flavor. Um, it was Korean barbecue flavored spam, which I had never seen or had tried before, so I picked one up. Um, and I don't think it lends itself well to doing this with it. Um, it's very strong. It's not a bad flavor. It's just it's very unique. I feel like similarly because my friend got me got these like I want to say they're like Chinese almost like seasoned like meat sticks that I like sliced up and made fried rice with, and it's a very similar thing happened where it just because the way I make and flavor like my fried rice, it didn't really lend itself well to that flavoring that the meat sticks had, so it just tasted a little funny. Um, I'm getting like the same kind of thing here. I mean, pasta is like goes down easy. That was the last cooking stream, and it was delicious. Like when I do have like a good like I can snarf down some good food. Um, this one this was just a little off to me. It didn't. I think the execution was all fine. It's just the the spam itself having its own like strong flavor as opposed to just being meat. Um, kind of changed how my cooking usually makes stuff. And I feel like that tends to be the case. If I were trying to use something that's like pre-flavored in a flavor, um, so I could just stop doing that. I think we'll do. I mean, I've been here for over an hour. It's not my fault, but I don't think I missed too much anyway. Like I said, it's a little funny. It's a little it's a little funky. I like the texture. Like the outside is nice. Like you can almost hear. I think. Well, I can hear it in my head. I don't think the audio is picking it up, but it has a nice little crunch to it. Cause I fried it, um, breaded it and fried it and everything, and then the inside is nice and soft. So texturally, I actually really like the texture, but the flavor's not doing it for me. And somebody else might enjoy it more than I am, flavor wise. But it is crazy to me, like how much like a texture sort of thing affects a dish. Like texture is very important in a dish. Made to the eating, yeah. So I mean, as you can see, there was made the fried rice with the extra. Um, Again, the fried rice I think is better, but it still has a slight offness when of the spam in it because it's a flavored spam and that's not just a plain spam. I think that was the mistake. I was like, oh, we'll try it. Um, but it didn't pan out this time. A lot of work. I'm currently in a we'll call it a manufacturing industry. Make um, put together products for semiconductor industry. Currently, at the moment, is what I'm doing. I mean, you could say I'm a part-time YouTube enthusiast that spends way too much time on YouTube. But and obviously amateur chef, so very amateur. Because obviously, if I knew more of what I was doing in the kitchen and was more of a food scientist sort of person, probably would have known better than to make this with a flavored can of Spam, but you know, you live and learn. No chair. I'm in the kitchen. There's no chairs in the kitchen. My computer's on a chair. Well, technically, it's on a box on a chair, so it's at the right height. But and then we have camera because this is kitchen. Small kitchen, but it works for me. Then you obviously see the bedroom while I'm doing the other stuff. That's where I do my MCO seaming at my desk. Very interesting. Such a bizarre flavor. Wild. Wild. So I don't love it. I think of everything I've made stream wise, it's probably actually the worst. Baking, I don't bake. Unless you count like boxed brownies. I've made that a couple times. I don't think that's particularly interesting though. And I haven't redone any dish I've streamed is unique. I haven't like remade a dish. Well, like a main dish. Technically, I've made fried rice before, but that was like the main what I was making. So, wait, how big is that playlist now? It's got, I don't know, it's got 9, 10 different dishes I've made, something like that. Because all the streams are going into the same cooking playlist. If you ever wanted to go back and watch them. They are on the channel. And what I make is always in the title, although it's usually obscured through abbreviations and whatnot. But it's always in the bracket or parentheses, whatever is always what I'm making for that stream. Usually as an abbreviation, like the C B BR, the CBBR was one of them. The cheesy beefy broccoli rice, which is fantastic. Which I have everything I could make that again. But again, I wouldn't stream that because I've already made it. It was Yusafa's request that I made because he's seen me use Spam. He's like, I should do this with Spam. So I was like, okay, I'll do that because I wanted to do it because I was like, it sounded interesting. So I was like, but so it was his request. It probably ended up being pretty late for him, so he didn't actually show up. But oh, we can watch the playback of it at some point. Be like, I did do it. You didn't make it. Not my fault. No, but I like Spam. I mean, I grew up with Spam, like Spam mac and cheese, which I haven't made in a while because I haven't done a lot of cooking. It was during the week, like I just make something quick before work, and then I don't make food after work. I make something to eat at work, and then I just whatever. And like I was showing earlier, I found this at the store today. It sounds terrible, quite frankly, but I had to get it to try it. I just It's probably awful, but for 50 cents, I had to give it a shot. Pumpkin pie flavored cup ramen, or just ramen in general, but like it's cup, which makes it nicer. It sounds awful. I love pumpkin pie, but as a ramen flavor, it can't be good. And we'll find out. Not tonight, but we'll. I might do that if I want like something to snack um, on like a weekday night after I get home and like I'm feeling hungry for something. I might can make that. I technically bought three. One to like try and like it was a limited thing, so like I might keep just one. And then if I happen to like it, I'd be like, oh, that might my friend. I showed it to my friend. Did he text me back? He never texted me back. Shame on him. Anyway, I saw it at the store. I sent him a picture. I'm like, I gotta try this. But because I like pumpkin pie. This is like the only pie I care about. So 'cause even if it tastes like exactly like pumpkin pie, I think just because it isn't the right, wouldn't be the right texture eating that flavor as noodles and broth. Um, it's probably just gonna taste wrong, even if it has like the correct flavor. And there's no way. I mean, what's it in the ingredients? Um, your usual stuff for noodles. You got your vegetable oil, fractionated coconut slash palm oil. Right, what? Whatever. Um, brown sugar, corn syrup, solids, dextrose, onion powder, paprika powder, It does actually have pumpkin in it. It does contain powdered pumpkin. Um, dang. So at least they didn't try and just like completely just artificially try and make it that flavor. They did, in fact, add pumpkin to it. So well, there you have it. At least it's got pumpkin. The last bites. I didn't particularly enjoy this. This was just a little too funky for me. Very off. Very off. But I'm gonna blame the spam itself and not like me cooking it because it's just weird. It's so bizarre. Very bizarre. And that was just two of the five patties of that I have, plus all the fried rice that had some of it. Which the fried rice was fine, I think. I mean, it's slightly funky, but there's not near as much spam in it. So I didn't use like a whole can of the fried rice. It was partial of it. So, but now I've got a mess to clean up, so that'll do that. Um, you know, I'm not gonna clean all of it up right now, but I'm at least gonna put the food stuff away. Um, but yeah, that's gonna do that. That was our Parmesan chicken, which I might have to retry. Um, like I said, to give it a more fair shot of being good, which is like a plain spam.
at some point in the future, not like anytime soon. But because that was it's very funky, man. I don't know how else to. It's just off. I think I actually like that less than the time I made fried rice with a can of tuna, honestly. And that was off, but like in a different kind of weird way. The Korean barbecue is just weird season. What even is in this? Um, um, spices flavor. It doesn't even say what they're using, but it's so potent. I'm not gonna get the Korean barbecue again. It's just I don't care for it. Yeah, yeah. If I had to give that a rating, I mean, I would probably put the ah, 10 would be like best. I'll do Babish rating here. I like his rating. Like watching it, I just watched him do Pop Tarts last night. Um, I do like Pop Tarts. Um, but like if I give it a rating, like 10 is like peak best thing you've ever made. One is like inedible. Um, five is like don't really care. Anyway, I'd probably put this at like a at least the fried spam. I think the fried rice is fine. That's probably like I think that I'd probably like better than the fried rice. So that's probably like 5, 6. 'Cause it's fine. It's just the spam itself. Like if I took the didn't have the spam in it, I mean the fried rice, it's always like a 7, 8, at least. Um, but I think we'll put that at like 5, 6, 5, 5.5, whatever, 6. Um, I would say probably the tuna fried rice I've made in the past. If I had to back rate that, it'd be a 4. I'd put this at a 3. Maybe even down as like 2.5. I mean it's not good. It's not inedible, but it's I mean after eating 2 patties of it, I'm like I don't want to eat any more of it. It's not great. Um, Definitely not gonna ever use that flavor again. That is not good. Um, which is a shame. A little bit of a shame. It's not great. And the green beans, obviously, those are always 8, 9. I mean, you can't go. See, I put those like an 8. We'll be generous and not be like, I mean, the green beans. Give those an 8, just plain or whatever. The green bean casserole I made for Thanksgiving, easy 10. Like, crank that to 11 if you want. I mean, it was amazing. I nailed it. Third time I've ever made the green bean casserole. First time, also nailed it. Second time, something was slightly off. I didn't quite get the right flavoring I made it the first time. This time, also nailed it. And I had bacon in it. So it was like even extra better. It doesn't need the bacon, but the bacon was a nice touch. Um, Green casserole. And I got myself more fried onions. Because at Walmart, they were on sale. They're usually like 4 something for the tin, and it was $2. So I bought 2 of them. Um, and they last, and they're fresh. I mean, the way they're sealed, as long as I don't open it, I could use it for Thanksgiving next year. But if I never make it, until then. So, um, but yeah, that's gonna do that. Um, so if you want to try doing this, use a plain spam. It'll probably be
at least decent. Unless you just want to try the Korean, see if you like the Korean barbecue, I mean, be my guest. But I don't care for that, not one bit. So it's a shame. But that's gonna do that for this. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, at least put the food away, and chillax for a minute. Oh, green bean casserole. If I need to, I could make like a quick side stream of that because it's more of a side dish than like a main dish. Um, it's super easy and it's delicious. The secret weapon, I think, of that, the way it gets like that extra really goodness, is adding a little bit of this honey sesame sauce in it. Fire. Um, so it's basically, I did it with 4 cans of green beans because there was gonna be a lot of people. But ideally it's like 3 cans of green beans to 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. If you're not like making it from scratch, which we had 2 dishes. We had my dish of green bean casserole and another one that was made entirely from scratch, fresh green beans, like all the tomato or mushrooms and stuff, sauce made from scratch, everything. I did try, but I like mine better. That and I don't really like mushrooms, so. But a can of cream of mushroom, generic or the Campbell's, it doesn't matter. So can of that, you put, well, usually use water it down, but I usually use the green bean water from one of the green bean cans, about half of the can of the cream of mushroom, fill up like half of that with or with the green bean water juice from a can of green beans. Put that in there. It gets, and stir that up. Your seasoning to that, so your salt, little pepper, whatever other seasoning you want. A little drizzle of that honey sesame. It's got soy sauce and a dollop of mayonnaise for a little tang. And then basically just mix that with your green beans, cook that, and then do the fried onions on top of that, and then bake it for a little bit to get those nice and crispy. And you have a fantastic green bean casserole. But yeah, I used a little much on the water last time because I was trying to spread it out to 4 cans, and it worked fine for 4 cans. But I did like pour it into a pan to like cook some of the moisture off of it to like thicken it up some more. And it was perfectly fine. And then bacon, obviously optional, but you can't really go wrong with bacon. But just for like a normal green bean casserole, it's fine. But yeah, so I need to get that flavor out of my mouth for sure. Yeah, it's super easy. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Yeah, it's really simple. Not so yeah, it's like a can of. Do I have a can left? I might have used them all. No, I've got one left. So one of these. I happen to have the Campbell's because I got a bunch of them when they were on sale, but it's one of these condensed cream of mushroom soup cans. And Campbell's is like the generic or like the name brand. If you got like just a regular store brand, it should work just fine. But yeah, so like that whole can, fill up like half of it with like I use the green bean juice water, just so it has more of that. With a sub! What's up, dude? The Gaia's Bal, whatever. Thank you so much, dude. And then obviously your salt, pepper, and whatever little seasoning you want to add. And then, but yeah, a little soy sauce, the mayonnaise for a little tang, and yeah, just a little bit of mayonnaise, like a tablespoon or two. Yeah. Teaspoon or two of soy sauce. Probably like maybe 2 tablespoons of tablespoon tablespoon and a half to 2 tablespoons maybe of mayonnaise, and then like a drizzle of the honey sesame sauce. Beautiful. It is the best green bean casserole I've ever had. The fact that I've made it is pretty awesome. Um, it was dinner. I'm cooked, done. It's already eaten. I'm just kind of winding down right now. But what's good, man? Welcome. This is just kind of one of those off, fun things I started doing because it was like, why don't we do this? And like I was like, why not? So I've done a few of these. But this is like it's not like a cooking channel. I just happen to have done a few of these. It's the main is doing like the MCOC mobile game, but you're obviously welcome around anyway. Have a little fun with it. Every dish is made has been different. I'm not like remaking the same thing. I've done like 8 to 10 different, whatever the playlist, however many is in the playlist, how many different um, things I've made stream wise. Thankfully, the first one was just a video. I didn't stream it, but the rest have been like actually live. So, but yeah, so we made the. I wish it turned out better, but yeah, it's it. I think of what I have made on the channel, this has probably been my least favorite. Or like turned out partially in fact that like it was something new, never tried it before. And I made it with something I shouldn't have made it with. So partially my fault. But I was like, yeah, but what you gonna do? It's cooked, it's done, and I honestly don't even really want to finish it as leftovers, but I'm gonna keep it for now at least. It's not great. The fried rice I'll still eat, but like the patties, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. We'll see. Really is a shame. I do really like fried rice is like super easy. You can have that as like a slide or a main dish if you put like meat and stuff in it. Fried rice, fantastic, especially when you have a wok and a gas stovetop. So, um, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looked fine. Like I said, the texture turned out fine. I think the process was done beautifully. I think just the fact that I used a flavored spam that I had just wanted to try um, made it turn out funky. Because I do like, because I have made just a fried rice with plain spam, and I thoroughly like that because I like spam. Um, but this particular, the Korean barbecue spam I tried, it just, I don't like it. I really don't. So I think that kind of ruined it for me. Because I think it turned out fine. Otherwise, like procedurally, like the process, how it like presented, it was just the flavoring was like and because of the the pre-flavoring of the spam itself that just didn't lend itself well to what I was making. So unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, so well that'll do it. I'm gonna clean up, get computer and stuff back in my room, and then kind of just chill for the night. But thank you guys. We had a few people in here. What do we got? We had a few people watching over the course. Not too bad. And then we can do that. But yeah, I'll call it there for now. And I'll just have to make something actually delicious, like I did with because the the Neapolitan last time, oh my gosh, that was beautiful. Um, that always is. But that was the second time I had made it. It turned out like just as good, if not better. Um, it definitely made easier because I did it in batches, like instead of just trying to do it all at once in the wok. So it definitely made it a lot more uniform doing it that way. I didn't change like the flavor at all, but it just made it easier to make. And that is ridiculously easy to make. Um, and it was so good, so good. And it makes a lot. And like I said, it was like I said, it was like $4 for that, $1, five at six. Call it like $8 worth of ingredients for like a giant pot full of food. Fantastic. Anyway, um, yeah. So have a good night, and we'll be back to MCOC stuff tomorrow after I get home from work, and go from there. But and then we'll decide what I want to try and stream cook next time because I'll probably make something not streamed, but because it is a little bit more effort to try and stream um, what I make because the setup and then it's trying to make it and interact a little bit. So, but that's something like this more complicated. Always I used a lot. I used all of my forks. Isn't great. Um, One of it was extra waste too, because like there's always the flour I can't really do anything with, and there's some crumbs and stuff. So that's all just I don't know, just dump the rest of that. But yeah, peace. Have a good night, and I will see you around. Have a good one.